Here. You live?
We are live.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Side Dish. It's me, Doug. There's a full house and a full menu tonight. 4 things, really. So this is gonna be a show of timing,
No, other way.
and we are not good at that, right?
Other way.
Okay.
Keep going,
Anyways,
keep going.
Amy's here. Our friends Aaron and Sandra and their kids are here. Denise is over there pulling chicken. That's not a euphemism. And we are ready to start this because, as I said, this is an episode of timing. And we don't have a recipe. I got all of this information from Thandor, and he said, well, it'll be fine. He said, this is the only measuring spoon I'll need. And I was like, that doesn't vote confidence. All right. So I've got 2 pounds of pinto beans. We're going to do this in the crock pot because if not, it takes 4 to 6 hours to do it right. So Sandra said to check for rocks, but these things have told me that they've been triple checked and triple washed. So if that's not the case, then we're good to go. So we need the beans in here and 1 onion.
How much beans?
2 pounds. 2 pounds of beans. What do you think, Sandra? A rough chop on the onion?
You just need to half it or cube it.
Okay. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Well, I'll follow the expert's advice. Let's quarter it up. Call it good. How is everyone? This has been a nice week. It's a weekend. I hope people are around. I'm sure you stayed in town for Memorial Day this weekend just so you can catch this year plus 1 episode. So, should I leave? Should I cut off the end?
Cut off the end.
Okay. So yeah, this is all things. I mean, I have an idea how to do this, but I'm sort of relying on Sandor and his chaos as well to help me here. And okay, so I'm just throwing that in there. And we've got a junior director behind the camera today, so you may hear some
Tap that right there.
what's going on there.
Tap it. Yeah. So see now it's zoomed in.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
So here we go. So I got to get this going because this is gotta be under pressure for 45 minutes. And okay, so now I've got that, and we need water till it's just. This has got 2, I don't know, whatever it is. We need water in here, and then I'll add the spices. So it needs to be above the beans.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the fill line because the beans are gonna soak up water
True that.
and take up water inside.
Should I go to the max or should I just go like half full?
Just go below the max.
Okay, below the max. We take everything to the max here. We're extreme with an X.
Do you drain them if it doesn't take all the water up?
We're gonna spend some time probably boiling them afterwards because you're trying to get a real nice gravy with the beans.
So yeah, I guess what Sandra's saying is settle in because we're going to be here till 10 o'clock. All right, and I need. Okay, so this is how this was described to me. So you take your salt, and you're going to take your tablespoon, actual eating spoon.
Doug kept trying to get out his measuring spoons, and Sandra kept shaking his head.
So I just one of those.
Oof.
And you take some granulated garlic, and this was described to me as I don't think that's going to be enough. Oh, here we go, heapy, and now we're just going to spread. Okay, now that that's done, I like to do a little stir up here, mix everything up. I know that's the side of the magic, but let's just get it in. And now we're done with that. Well, at least for 45 minutes.
You do it afterwards. It's not all in pressure.
Oh my goodness. This thing needs a thing where you can just put in the time.
It's a number pad.
Because that is, I'm sure it was awesome for you as it was for me. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is we need to take another onion and we need to, what do you think? A little dice on it?
Yeah, small dice.
Okay, oh, it's small dice. That is specific. So, yeah. How, I mean, again, I'm just going to ask because I didn't hear from my trusty producer behind the camera there how everybody's doing.
Nobody's really chatting with us.
What? Don't be non-talkative Teds. which is an oxymoron in my life.
Ted
You
is
know.
very talkative.
If you know.
You're just gonna have to entertain us, honey, with your witty banter all by yourself.
Witty banter to myself, just talking to myself. Exactly. That would be great for everybody.
Oh goodness,
At least I'm cracking up Neva. That's all.
that's right.
The kids find me pretty funny. Mostly funny looking. All right. Wow. It's a dog party outside. All right, so I'm just going to do our standard chop here.
Doug, why do you have a bandit on your finger?
I tried to chop the tip of my finger off. You hear the dogs outside? They're super excited. What is happening, Jack?
Not sure.
I had chicken fingers, so I couldn't get to them.
That's okay.
Neva is on the case.
She is going to.
She's so responsible. She even asked if I could take over the camera work for a few moments while she went
You know
out
what?
with that.
That's
Because that kid knows what's up. She is taking this very seriously, and I love it.
and she knows she knows where she's needed. She needed to run around with those dogs outside.
That's right.
You know what? I'm putting her on the payroll. She's gonna have to be here every Saturday at 6:00, and she's
Running the show.
kind of a little general this one. So
Nothing wrong with that.
no. Amy says that because when she was a child, she was also called the little general.
Just the general.
Oh,
Thank
just
you.
the general. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My father called. He
Oh.
said you don't need a small dice, just a regular dice.
Just a regular dice will do.
Perfect. Thanks, pops. I love when we get live updates on recipes during the show. It is that's best. I hope everybody enjoyed our 1-year anniversary show. I know we sure did. We drank a lot of cocktails that evening, but they were quite delicious. And so what we're gonna
Doug has accused me of. What did you say?
I think accused isn't.
What did you say?
I said you drink all the margarita.
No, you said it in a less flattering way than that.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. No offense meant it. I'm just saying. You drank the whole glass of margarita.
You can see it's like, ooh.
I feel like I asked if anybody wanted it and nobody
Well,
volunteered.
I don't know if that's correct. I was too busy making cocktails. So.
Whatever.
All right. So is it got to be canola oil here?
No, this one you can use whatever oil you want to use.
Well, I have it, but I can. You know what? Let's just use it.
Well, you got to get the Anaheims in there too at the same time.
Don't worry. I'm just getting the oil ready and prepped because this thing takes a little more time. You got to know your equipment, Sandor. Oh, man.
Good point.
You know what's the best part is that Sandor can express his disappointment with me in person tonight. So, instead of, what do we think here? Like just cover the bottom or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cover the bottom? Ooh.
That's good right there.
Well, there's gonna be a lot of rice. There's gonna be onions.
Yeah.
And
We don't want to burn that. So, okay. Let's start the flame here and get it on sort of low. And
Do you want this bowl you have over here to put the onions in for?
yeah, that's a great idea. See, this is teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Don't cut the top of Doug's head
do
off.
what you
You
love.
gotta lift it up.
You know what? You don't work a day in your life. Isn't that what they say? Isn't that some bull crap they say? Do what you love, don't work a day in your life.
Yep.
That's bull.
That
Because I can
is-
tell you, people who do what they love still feel like they don't want to do it some days. So, okay. So now we've got that. And now, same sort of loose dice on these.
Yeah.
Baby, rinse them.
Rinse them. Everybody's so worried about dirty vegetables.
We're going to answer from these.
We're not going to get any. No, we're not.
We don't want to get sick, Doug.
We will not leave. First of all, they look like they're waxed, and second of all,
Well, the more reason you should put them in a vegetable wash.
what's a vegetable wash?
You know where you put like water and vinegar and then you soak them for a little bit.
I've never heard of this, but I should make that.
Just tell me. Yes, right?
All right.
Did you have a favorite side dish or episode from the last year?
I will think. I think I haven't discussed it with Amy.
Best food or most fun?
Most fun, best, whatever your
Best-
way of
I think the best
last year
food-
was.
was the bruschetta.
Yeah, the bruschetta.
No,
the mac and cheese
we do
was
have a
good.
The bruschetta though,
Shoot, forgot about that.
man, it
Oh,
was,
that was good.
the bruschetta was one of those things that we made because we were trying to approximate a thing that we've had at the Western Village Steakhouse. And
But the mac and cheese.
and we did mac and cheese, 2 ways to please. That was the episode. So, I mean,
Okay, so that was everyone's
I think it was.
pretty happy with that one. And is there one you wish that maybe you didn't make?
Rice
Rice
pilaf.
pilaf.
We're gonna have Doug versus rice pilaf part 2, where I try and actually learn how to make rice pilaf. Right. So the first time we made it was in Oregon Coast, where we didn't have.
I blame the equipment.
Yeah, the equipment didn't get the pan hot enough to do what we wanted it, but
Kim even tried to save it like
Yeah.
the next day.
It
She's
couldn't be
like,
done.
let's see if we can make this into something else. No.
it couldn't be done. So again, I'm just going.
Live and learn, baby.
That's right. Is that the size you want, Sandor, or a little? Just chunk them up a little less.
Just a little smaller. I mean, you got to eat those. Those will be in your rice the entire time. They'll cook down and soften, but
All right.
if you have kids eating it, they're like, "Ooh, what's that green stuff?"
We do have kids eating it. They're your kids, so hopefully that they're used to eating green stuff. If not, I don't know if that says more about you or me. So, anyways, I do have this. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more because I want to have it hot when everything goes in, so we can move it on.
So I don't ever remember, and I mean, like, my parents didn't cook with Anaheim chilies, which is interesting because they like live near Anaheim. But is that where they? I mean, what is it?
Mexico is the big producer.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
think the other one is like the New Mexico green chili.
Are they
What
mild?
is
They're
that?
mild.
Mild.
Okay. Okay.
Someone is it?
Is it new that they're so trendy, or am I just now paying attention?
Probably now, just paying
Chili,
attention,
Colorado.
or maybe
Okay.
more people are using it
Yeah.
Okay.
because they're not real hot. They're just more flavor.
Okay.
I'm taking out the ribs and the seeds. So even if there was even a little bit more heat, this is going to temper it, obviously. Same as we've done with other peppers. And then when we
And now you're cutting it in slices more than you did the first time.
yes, again, we are not professionals, so we're going to get through this. Anybody doing any big barbecuing this weekend?
Honey, quit asking people questions. No one is responding.
You know what? That's how this show works. Give and take. If I didn't want to ask people what's going on, I wouldn't do it live. So
Are you doing any barbecuing, Douglas?
I don't know. I'm gonna buy myself a Traeger, so we're gonna see. Maybe I'll make some ribs on Monday. I like ribs.
See, Ellington just got a Traeger.
Yeah, well, it's funny because this all came together independently of him getting one. And
I don't know if that's true. You guys seem to be copying each other quite a bit. Like the whole, I hear there's a Jeep thing.
Yeah, he
and-
bought it. Did you see his Jeep he bought?
Yeah.
It's all rhino lined. The whole outside is rhino lined.
Oh,
Like it's in colored green.
is he gonna do a lot of four wheeling? Why would you do that?
He bought it that
Nevada
way from the guy.
pinstriping?
That's the new hot thing to do is the rhino line your vehicle.
He bought it that way. I don't know if he went fishing and came home with a Jeep. He told me. So
There are worse things to come up
I
with.
mean, he said he got a pretty good deal on it, and so he was happy with it. And I was like, okay, man, good for you. You know. Good thing these are not hot, or I'd probably be wearing gloves. So,
Still don't rub your eyes.
yeah, I'll wash my hand once we get moving.
I guess the nice thing you could always add jalapenos or any other kind of pepper you want.
Yeah.
You just change it up.
Well, I got some. What is that? Fresnos, but I'm trying to. I'm like getting more into hot stuff. I really like some spice these days, as evidenced by the amount of spicy pickles I eat. So, and other things. I got these spicy peppers from Aikida's with Chris on our way back from golfing, like right in January, because he was. After he stopped working for 60 days straight, he wanted to go golfing. So he called and said, let's go golfing. And then we went and drove across to Sacramento. we played Hagen Oaks, which is a very nice place to play golf. So,
So your sister says it's raining in the big AK.
probably not a bad thing. If raining is probably
Let's
what
hope
you
it
need.
doesn't light on fire again this
Yeah,
time.
that is the real thing. All right. So this oil is hot. I'm gonna turn it up, and everything goes in. But before we do that, let's get a food push. Okay. See, nice sound. Does that make you happy, Sandor? Does it make a nice sizzle sound?
Yeah.
Do you use salt and pepper at this time, or do you wait?
You're not going to use salt because the bouillon has a lot
Oh,
of
that's
salt.
right. So no pepper or anything like that.
You don't use pepper.
Perfect. All right, so we're cooking these to softness, correct?
Yeah, you could add.
Zoom in on it.
It's kind of a weird balance of getting the rice in there too because you want to brown the rice,
Yeah.
but you don't want to do it too late because then you start burning your vegetables.
You heard it here first. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we're going to start the sauce that goes in here eventually while these soften, and then when we get to this point, we'll throw the rice in and get it to a point where we're good. So we need 6 cups. So we're using 2 or 3 cups.
3 cups of rice.
3 cups of rice. So that means 6 cups of water. And so we're going to use this. The bouillon.
Doesn't that have a measure on it?
Yes, it does, but it's just water. I don't know. I'm a weird guy. What do you want? Okay. And then we're going to go back to our real precise measuring apparatus. And one tablespoon of the garlic, granulated garlic again. And then we need to take, this is a 6-ounce can. We only need 3 ounces of it. So do just half. It's tomato paste, by the way, if you didn't. And it's mostly, as Sandor says, for color. So, I mean, you're going to get some good flavor, but, Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, and then the bouillon. So I already have some beef. What do you say here? Just another big
One heaping of beef,
one heaping of beef, and then the chicken, right?
1.5 of chicken.
What?
Mm, that's why this is so flavorful.
Yeah.
Delish.
So, oh yeah, perfect. I was going to clean this up. Now I have a full one for the next time. Thanks, Denise. Denise got me another precise measurement stick for the chicken. You can tell it's going to be super flavorful because it's got all this concentrated flavor of the bouillon and the tomato paste.
You're getting heckled over here.
Of course, I'm getting heckled.
She's
She's a child.
Just put your spoon in there, dude.
All right. And then you said 1.5 of these.
Yeah.
Was that enough beef? It didn't really look like enough beef.
Well, they're not
Again,
exact measurements. The big thing is about taste. So you can mix it up, kind of give it a little taste. See.
All right. Is there anything else that goes in here?
No.
Okay. See, by committee, everyone. All right.
Sounds like a boat. Like it.
I like it, she says. Well, it is very flavorful smelling. Can I have another spoon, Denise? Thanks. I need one that is, I need a taster. All right.
Is it salty?
No, actually.
Oh.
It's not too bad. I think it's pretty good. All right, let's push our food. So that's starting to loosen up a little bit. I'm going to throw, you think we should throw the rice in now?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Ooh, it's very flavorful. All right, so we need 3 cups of rice. Now, I just poured the rice in this bowl to make it look, nice. So, I don't know how much is in here, actually. Now, as you all know, this is a bit of our nemesis to do it this way because it's very close to rice pilaf at this point where you're just kind of firing that up. And as you know, nemesis.
That's the great thing about this recipe.
You don't know if it's messed up or not?
You don't need it, Dad. You'll figure it out.
Okay. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just going to mix everything up. Because what you want to impart flavor. And then I'm going to spread it out so that the rice has as much contact with the bottom of the pan. So it starts to brown up. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, so now while that's happening, let's make a cocktail. Oh, you know what I don't have? Any cocktail making things. I am not good at this. You'd figure after 53 episodes I'd get prepared for it. But I'm not.
Oh, I
So,
think Denise. I got glasses, but I didn't
Yeah.
get anything else.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
Oops,
Once you
track.
taste the tequila to verify if it's still good.
I know the tequila
Take
is
that
still
to
good.
What else do you need, Doug?
That'll do it. That's all I
Shot
need.
glass?
What's that? Oh, yeah, no.
No.
I don't need a shot glass, you crazy person. Taking shots of tequila, what am I, 19?
I thought maybe you needed to measure it into your blender.
No, I did not. All right,
I don't know where the measurement.
that's okay. I got it. It was in the
It
glass.
was in there.
Are you making on the rocks or are you making blended?
We're gonna.
Do you have two blenders?
No, we're making it on the rocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't. You know, we don't really make blended margaritas around those parts.
Where's your sweet and sour and your?
Oh yeah. Hold on. I'll be back.
Uh-oh.
Zoom
Let's zoom in on the.
Yeah. That's okay. Sure. Okay. Perfect. And I need a recipe, which I forget. Just pull up last week's episode. That'll show you how to make a margarita. It'll also give you the clicks and likes I need. All right. You are supposed to like every episode. I mean, if you like it. If not, well, you know. Okay. Did I have my paperwork from last week? I don't know. It's all over the place. That's why I told you. This show's chaotic, everyone.
Why don't you go in the flavor of this episode and just wing it instead of using a recipe?
We are always okay. Yeah, let's do that. So I know I need tequila, and we're gonna have a cocktail section of this probably, or we're gonna try to every episode. But so 1
This happens.
and a half of this tequila, and we need some lime juice. And
What's the difference between those two tequilas? Do you know?
well, they're the same brand, but one is made with one. I think the agave plant is smoked or is like cooked or something like that differently, and then the white is not that. It's just like sort of raw. I don't know. I don't make tequila. Maybe, hey, Dwayne Johnson. I know you make. I know this is your tequila. So why don't you come on Side Dish and we can make a couple cocktails together, and listen to my wife make this sound all the whole time.
No, I'd just be passed out on the floor.
I'll make it down.
Oh, Sandra, we got some brown here. Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay. Man.
Good.
Yeah. A little. It looks like you got a little too much brown.
Oh.
Keep it
oh.
moving. No, leave it where it's at. Just make sure you're moving it.
Okay. Trying to make a cocktail for everybody. Dr. Pepper Zero. What are you, a psycho?
I like it too.
All right. Some
I
Contro. Boop. And ow.
I thought that was okay.
Nope, that's it. I didn't.
Coming out of the bottom.
I'm sure people are out like, well, this is insane. I have to stop. The person doesn't know what he's doing. This show is not for me.
No. You wanted to do that into a measuring cup.
That's why we keep you around. Besides your beauty, your brains are your biggest asset. So all of this, I have a little thing here. It's all going to the compost pile, which is cooking right now. It's like 145 degrees. That's what happens when you ask the guy who mows your lawn to take all of the lawn clippings he has in his truck and dump it in there, along with everything else he does. Oh man, fresh lemon or lime juice smells real great. I'm gonna do a bunch of these because, well, we're gonna make 5 of these, so we need a good amount. Of
Better
this.
stir that rice, sir, after that one.
You burning it?
No, there is no burning. It's all brown. Calm yourself down, sir. A little bit of burn will come through, so you don't want to burn it. But brownness is good. So keep moving it. Now that it's got some color, you don't have to worry about that. It's got. Now we're going to let the vegetables soften a little bit more, get a little bit more color on it, as you said, because we're frying these, right? So,
Do you need simple syrup?
for the margarita?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have it?
No, it's not. It's in the refrigerator. That sound you hear, everybody, is the pressure cooker just now coming up to pressure.
Whoa.
So we have 45 more minutes, which puts us at 8:15 before we're even close to tasting anything. So you're looking at probably the longest episode ever. Congratulations. If you can't stick around, well, we understand. All right. Again, our wingless, we'll see how it tastes. And you can have all the ice in here too, because we don't need it. So. All right. Okay, try that. Okay, and I gotta stir.
Stir, 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 stir.
How's the color looking, Sandor? Am I ready to put some liquid in this thing?
Looking good. You want to give it like a couple more minutes and then put the liquid in?
All right, a couple more minutes, everyone. Okay, let's make some more cocktails. The salsa will come together pretty fast.
It's
It's
good.
just chopping some stuff up. Is this good?
It's good, man. I drink it.
Okay, I'm drinking, he says.
I'll drink it.
Your face didn't tell the same story, so I just wanted to be sure.
It's just my face.
You know when people drink something and they're like, is that good? Yes, great. You're like,
That's the same face he makes after he gives me a kiss.
oh. Well, I think that's Sandra, you're getting a lot of your secrets told today.
Yeah.
So,
Just give my wife a few more cocktails.
yeah, well, that's the plan, right? That's what we're doing here. All right.
I thought that show needed some.
Oh yeah, your sister wants to see some Tom Cruise cocktail moves.
No, we are not doing any
Is
of
spilling it? Is that because
Doug, are you even wearing pants back there?
that. They're covered in cat hair, but I'm wearing pants, that's for sure.
what's life without a little cat hair?
All right.
What are you doing now? Are you making a second cocktail for Denise?
I'm making one for you.
Denise needs one.
All right, well, I'll make one for Denise. I'll make one for Amy. I know Amy wants one, so
I want one.
you can't have one. There's tequila in it.
But she was born on 5/5. I mean, isn't that like a?
As much as that is awesome, I don't think in the eyes of the government, they're gonna come take me away. So,
I'm gonna kill you.
well, I don't know about that. That seems like it might be extreme, but anything's possible. Okay. It's like doing two things at once, like patting my head.
It's exactly like that.
Yes, I know. Oh, now he's coming across. No.
Oh, I thought he was coming.
I thought he was coming in to take over. Like, you brewed it.
It's really starting to smell delicious in here.
It
Mhm.
is smelling
Very
quite great.
good.
All right. One couple more of these, and then I'm going to add the liquid. Because we've been at 2 minutes or so since Sandor said 2 more minutes. And, I'm sure that we decided we weren't camping because everybody's camping.
Yeah.
Everybody's camping. Like, everyone, it seems like. So.
Yeah, I think I talked to a guy that's camping this weekend. He said he got his spot a year ago.
Yeah.
So
We don't, usually last year, we didn't camp until August or September or something like that because everything was full up until then.
Gonna be the same this year.
Okay. You want this one? Denise, you want this? Okay.
Denise.
Here you go. Enjoy. It's got a lot of booze in it. No, it doesn't. That's 2 ounces. Okay.
Alright.
So just toss it in.
yeah, go ahead and toss it in.
That's a delicious margarita, Doug.
Perfect.
Might want to give that a rinse. And get
We're gonna need it again.
no, just rinse off. Get the extra stuff
Oh,
on the
good.
side.
Oh, I get you. Okay. Is that good?
Yeah, that works. Not too much. Just a little.
You're gonna use that for
Okay. So if we just bring this up to a boil, or what's
Bring it
it
up to
do?
a boil, and then you can cover it and reduce it, and it's 20-25 minutes. Check it, because you might have to add more water if the rice isn't done.
Okay. Okay. You hear it here first.
But you can get your cilantro and tomatoes ready
Okay. Oh yeah, because those come in after.
when they're just about done.
Okay. You heard that. Get your cilantro and your tomatoes ready. Well, Amy needs a cocktail, right, Amy?
Sure.
Oh, where's my mom?
Don't worry, Mom's got lots of cocktails.
I asked her if she wanted one, and she told me that I got to serve everybody else first. And, I am the hostess with most here.
Whoa.
Watch out, everybody. I have to get ice
It's
out
okay, you can go all the way.
Kid.
Yeah,
There you go.
just as long as you don't get Amy's face. She's camera shy. Okay.
So that means Amy's cured?
Okay, here we go. Nope. I'll just give you a double.
I know, I saw that.
Well, at least 1.5. I recommend maybe making these ahead. So you're not making them individually.
Making a picture, is that what we're suggesting?
Probably making a picture. A picture.
Picture.
That's what I said.
No, you said picture.
That's true. A homonym or a synonym. And so many lines. So many lines.
What's the difference between those two limes?
One's a key lime and one's a regular lime, and the key lime typically has more sugar in it. So when you're making, and they're a little tartar. So when you're making like key lime pie, you would use a key lime, obviously, from the name, but
And you need about 1 million of them to make
That's
a
the
key
thing.
lime pie.
so many. It's obnoxious amount. So get some friends, get them together, and that's what you're gonna make. It's like when we made jam that one time.
Oh,
Good.
You got a glass soup like there?
Yeah, I want one of those bubbly ones. Yeah.
There you go.
Delightful.
Enjoy.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, well, because I have things to do, we'll come back to a cocktail. Sandra, you got one. Denise has got one. Amy's got one. Aaron's not a fan right now. Okay, let's do a little bit of rework here. So what do we need? So what we're gonna do next is while this is boiling, and that is 41 minutes to go on that, and at least. What's the matter?
Well, I just
Drink your
found
soda out of
the
that?
time,
You know,
the timing on the beans. It's
timing on the beans.
Beans are a very time-intensive product.
That's right. But they're going to be delicious once you do them. So, okay. I also think maybe on the peel-off side of things, we didn't have enough liquid, right? Maybe.
I don't know.
Well,
I
like,
think that burner didn't get hot enough.
Probably. I think it's a combination of not ever making rice peel-off, not the right equipment, and going from there.
Was it the elevation?
I don't think so. It might have been, though. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, we were at sea level.
Sea level is different.
Yeah, we were right on the water. Okay, so I'm making salsa. This is my mother's recipe for salsa. I don't,
It's about as precise as Sandra
Yeah, that's
Stad's
why-
recipe.
that's why I added it to it, because there's really So right now, I have, I don't know, I think 8 Roma tomatoes diced. Not small diced or whatever, just a standard. And then I've got a red onion. This I used for the other day. So I'm getting it, it's kind of small as you can get here. Because this is a chunky salsa. It's not, it's more pico-like, but eventually it's going to break down over time and it's going to be so good. Okay. I got this more. Look at this thing. This thing is ridiculous. It's like long. It's like a pancake flat. It just makes it impossible. So, anyways, don't cut your finger with this. Is what I'm saying. So be careful, or you can end up like me with a part of the fingernail and no tip of a finger almost. So, which is
bleed a lot?
Did it bleed a lot? Oh yeah, it bled a lot. But
And you know I'm not good with blood, so it was dicey.
it was, but you held up like a champion. That's what I like to say. So,
Tried to be helpful. But
yeah.
Don't cut your finger off again.
Well, don't you worry, kid.
You're boiling your rice.
Is that what
What's going on there?
Sandor boiling.
So turn it down and cover it up.
Turn it down, cover it up. That's what they say about me. Okay.
Did that lid come with that pot?
No,
Here's a fine lid.
that's a pizza pan. I think that, I don't know if that even came with a lid, and if it did, I don't know where it is, and I'm not going searching for it now. So,
I think that worked, but I do think it's funny.
well, you improvise. I have a giant stock pot that fits on too, and that's the lid for it. I actually bought that to be a lid, but I was going to put some screws and a handle on it. I never did. So that was 15 years ago.
Time flies, when you're having fun.
That's exactly right.
Having fun making it.
So
Okay, so what kinds of things would your mom make this salsa for?
I mean, just any event.
Any event?
Yes, for her little celebration of life. That was one of. It turns out I'm the only one who she told the recipe to. I mean,
snap.
in generalities, and so my brothers, my sister, my dad were like sad because nobody got the salsa recipe before my mom was able to give it to them, and I was like, I have it, and they were like, what? And so I made it, and
Yeah.
and so now they get to see what's happening. Don't be contradicting me on this one either, Fred. I know for a fact that this happened. So.
Be nice to your sister.
My sister loves to say that the things happened in my childhood didn't happen. But, I am 3 years older than her, so that there are things that probably didn't happen when she was a child.
And
Okay.
you wouldn't remember them.
Yes, I would. I'm a genius, and I remember everything. Ooh. Okay. So I'm throwing this in here. And again, you've made salsa before. This is not this is just the way I do it. The secret, and we're going to get to that in a minute, but the secret to this, so I'm going to cut some more of the Romas, but I could never figure out what made my mom's salsa so good. And I never saw her really make it.
It was love.
Well, no, it was love.
And
but
spite.
it also turned out to be Rotel.
So,
So she would throw the cans away before anybody saw them so that you couldn't figure out what's going on. And really all it is diced tomatoes and green chilies. So in a pinch, if you don't have Rotel,
It does help to bring it all together.
it does. The flavors are there. So you can get diced green chilies and just add more tomatoes and you're good. The thing that I think it adds to this in general is that the liquid really makes something.
Yeah.
I worked for a lady and she made this killer guacamole. Come to find out, she used a little packet, just like that, of delicious spices just for guacamole.
Should this be simmering underneath here?
Yeah, let's turn down low. I mean, you're good there. Just cover it.
Oh, I turned up the flame. That's the thing with this. It's like sort of dealing with, not precise thing, heat on this. Okay, so the other thing that we do here is we're gonna add the juice of at least 2 limes And then if we need more, we'll add more. The acid in the limes and the acid in the tomatoes and the green chilies and everything is going to really come together and really cause this to be real good. So let's just put this over here so I can just put these right there. And then the other thing so we've got onion, we're going to put a jalapeno in here. If you want it hotter, add hotter. Jalapeno is about as hot as it got in my house. And even that's too hot for my dad. So I don't think he likes it. He likes it the way it is, but it's a little hot. We one time made corn dip, which Aaron is disappointed we're not having this evening. And we used jalapenos in it, and he was like, "Oh, it's so hot," and I was like, "It's not hot at all." But he's got white guy Alaska taste buds, so you gotta keep that in mind. I am gonna go one more because these were not super juicy. So okay.
Got a dig on my lime selection?
No, these are. We have some.
I feel like it was.
We have some limes here. These are ones from last week, so they're a little harder than the ones you brought. Don't worry. I would never, ever talk crap about your limes. Okay. I'm going to use this whole bunch, except for the stems
Did you wash it?
of this. They're wet. I was washed at the store.
Wash it.
I don't wash vegetables. I'm almost 44 years old, and I'm not died yet. So.
Cilantro is what you want to wash.
What, you think it's got giardia on it?
No, it's got bugs.
You bugging me out. All right. Kind of got a lot going on today.
That's the secret. Mom never washed them, says Danny.
That's true. It's 100%. But you need, so the worms will love this.
And Jan says your mom got this recipe from Carla Ashfield?
Maybe.
Question mark.
Who is that?
Friend of the family.
Okay.
Or wait, was it Carl DeJulia that we got it from? I don't remember. Anyways, it's real good. It might be Carl Ashfield. I can't remember. I'm not doing it super, super crazy chop here. I wanted to have some of the food all in the pool. Okay, let's see. I've got lime juice. I've got onion. I've got tomato. I've got rotel, and we've got cilantro.
Oh, that was the chow chow, Danny says.
Yeah, that's true.
And Deefy says, that's like my Nana's secret pickle recipe. She just used the McCormick mix, but never told anyone.
Right, and you loved it, but see, this is the thing how they do it. Like Denise's mom, she makes all of these great things, but then tells Denise the recipe, but leaves one piece of the recipe out, so you have to guess at it. And then Denise will leave one thing out, so now we're two down.
Now we're missing two secret
like,
ingredients.
Something missing, and you're like, yeah, because Denise is just not letting us know what's happening.
That was a boxcar children book.
What?
The missing recipe.
Ah.
Ingredients.
Yeah, that was cool.
Boxcar record, man, that's a throwback.
Boxcar children, not boxcar.
Oh, whatever. You know, they're the same thing. Kid, children.
Have you heard of kids living in boxcars?
No, because that's like a thing from the 40s. Do you even know what a boxcar is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It goes on the train.
Oh, that's true. Boxcar on the train. Right, you do know. And Judah from
Judah
outside.
needs a potty break.
just yells it and announces it to the world, everybody. The kid he's like a wild animal.
He is a wild animal.
We love him, but he's sort of like a wild animal. I'm just adding a couple more of these because I like, it's tomato. This is what this is, tomato salsa. So, and I didn't do the jalapeno yet. Damn.
Get it together, man.
I'm fine. I have 30 minutes to tap dance.
Plus, are you going to do the natural release? Because that takes forever.
No, I think we're going to, well, I don't know. Should we, Sandor?
The natural release? No.
You just open the steam and let it come out?
Well, I've never used a Instapot.
But do you let it you take the thing off and let the steam
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect because that's another 15 to 20 minutes after the fact. All right.
The reason we're using an Instant Pot is because we want our beans now, not like in 4 to 6 hours.
That's right.
46 hours.
4 to 6 hours.
46 hours is our beans.
Now, yeah, I'm gonna put a glove on because
Good plan.
there's a little bit of
Track.
heat in here, and I really don't want to get that heat in this cut. I've already got a little lime juice in there.
Dad, did you put enough salt in there?
Put enough salt in where?
In the salsa or in the
I haven't
beans?
put any salt in the salsa yet. But we're
I'm
gonna
pretty sure he was prompted by his mom to sass
No,
you.
really? Of course. No, I didn't guess that at all. The two of them came from around the corner, and him first, and then she coming in smiling like a joker. All right, I like to use a spoon for this because you can literally just get it out here really quickly, and make sure you get everything out here.
Sorry, is my drink in the way?
Not it too hot. Again, this is a crowd pleaser, so you want to kind of keep it. If you want something hotter, put a different, pepper in here. And then I do the same. Okay.
Oh, I saw this really good recipe that we're gonna, but it's an hors d'oeuvre, but that's okay.
Doesn't matter. We're all about hors d'oeuvres here outside.
Yeah.
We went to this Brazilian steakhouse last night for dinner, and they had this mushroom risotto.
What is it called?
Churrasco.
Churrasco?
Yeah, churrasco.
Was it in Midtown?
Yes.
Yes.
It's like right past like the big.
There used to be another
Pioneer Center.
steakhouse there. Yeah.
All you can eat?
Yeah, it was awesome. The ribeye that they brought was unbelievably good. All the meats they brought were really good.
And the ribeye was on a trident.
Yeah, it was on a trident,
And the gauchos come and bring you the meat.
and they had gaucho pants.
The meats.
I like the meats.
It was quite tasty. You do have to show some self-restraint though, or you will leave feeling not good.
So nobody I know.
I felt okay.
Well,
Felt terrible.
What were the side dishes there?
they were really actually.
There
good.
was a mushroom risotto. Oh my god! It
They
was
just had a
so
wheel of Parmesan,
Risotto.
like a huge wheel
Yeah.
of Parmesan. Literally, they were just like people that had a knife. You could just carve all of it up that you wanted to. It's crazy.
so good.
So, tough chop on that, but I'm going to break it up a little bit because I want it to kind of. And this starts to meld. The acids from everything are going to start to break down the cell walls of the tomatoes.
So if you're going to take this to a party, you really should make it the night before.
You definitely should make it the night before. So I'm going to mix this up, get everything going. And you can already see like there's going to be some stuff on the bottom because of the lime juice. And that's going to, you want to distribute everything nicely. But it's got a whiff of everything. Oh, it smells amazing. Okay.
Check the rice.
Oh.
We've been told to check the rice, everybody.
So does the Rattel just have like extra seasoning, spices? What
I
is
don't know.
it about the can that makes it just so phenomenal?
It's a very good question.
We can.
I think it's
Did you
because
eat
like the
it?
tomatoes are like stewed tomatoes, they're cooked.
How's that?
And the green, and then it's green chilies.
Is it coming along nicely? Should I put this back on?
Yeah, put it back on.
We're sort of putting this one by ear. It's going to take like 45 minutes total for this, right? Is what you said, Sandor?
Well, 25 minutes there. Like, depending on if the rice is getting cooked, you'd add more water. If you
Yeah.
need
It
to.
looks like it's pretty good though, I think. All right, so I salt and pepper this, but I don't have a good measuring system for this, so I just like to put a decent amount of salt and pepper. There is so much acid in here that it cuts off. Believe me. Look at pinky out like a fancy boy. And a little bit of granulated garlic.
Spelled B-O-I.
I don't know what that is. All right. That's all the spices, because everything else is like here, right? It's good. Oh yeah. Already, it smells like a memory that I have of my mother just making this. So, yeah, it's bright, it's vibrant, it's super flavorful. Get yourself some real nice tortilla chips. These are late harvest. I like them very much.
Late July.
What did I say?
July snacks harvest. Actually,
Wait, what's late harvest?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've been calling
That's
late
like
harvest.
not even a thing.
I've been literally calling it late harvest. I think the entire time we've had them.
Speaking of that, well, I don't know if it's speaking of that, of harvest, I guess is what I'm talking about. The little farmers market is gonna open on Tuesday.
Oh wait, we have one on Saturday, by the river.
Yeah, I did see that one, but the one that's like on my way to work opens on Tuesday.
So yeah, it's gonna be tomato season in like 1 month, and you're gonna have more than you need. Make this. That's all I can tell you. Now, you can use this now, and it's gonna be delicious. Tomorrow it's gonna be even better, and by Tuesday, it's gonna be knock your socks off. So let's get this out of the way.
You can put that over here.
Oh yeah, you guys want some salsa?
Yeah.
Here you go. We'll stave, make my guess.
Sort of let that the acids do their work.
You can have,
I'm
you
not
can have
ready
some.
for days.
You can have some. Okay, I'm gonna make myself a margarita.
Better chop up them tomatoes and
Oh,
cilantro.
sorry. How many tomatoes do you think you said?
3 to 4, your choice.
3 to
What's
4.
that for? The rice or the
Uh-huh.
beans?
The rice.
Oh, this rice is intense.
How big piece?
No wonder it's so
You like
big.
that?
Small dice, nice dice.
It's delicious.
Good.
Honey, can you move the measuring cup, please, so we can see what you're doing? Thank
I was
you.
trying to make myself a cocktail, and then the boss behind the camera, Sandor, was like, "Gotta get on those tomatoes. Service ain't gonna come up right." Yes, chef. I think I told you before what happens here. It's the Doug show, not the Sandor show. Anyway,
Whatever.
so we.
You're gonna make your cocktail, that's fine.
No, it's fine. I want to make sure we have everything going here. Does this need to go in right away, or are we gonna wait?
You gotta wait until it's almost done, and
Okay.
because it gets a little bit overcooked, you can overcook.
Which is why Denise brought me these bowls. She knows what's up. So, we've been watching a lot of Star Trek: The Next Generation. I think this
Yeah,
is
zoom
our
out so they can see space.
second time through in the pandemic. So, watched. The Army of the Dead is out. We're gonna rewatch it because I watched it. Amy wants to watch it, but there's a lot going on in that movie that I need to make sure I was not hallucinating when I watched it. So, things like I won't say because I don't want to spoil it, but keep a keen eye out there. Yeah. Anyways.
Where do you get the motivation for your different recipes for the week? Like,
Oh, we
when
make them up
do you-
on the day of.
the day up is your okay.
We were
Yeah,
wondering-
sheer panic.
Mostly it's panic, and then I knew you were coming over.
So we were like, oh, Sandor's brown. We better make brown food.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, no. I just remember that I have had I've had really good refried beans and rice with him, and mostly thought he could provide 2 good
Day up.
recipes.
That's good.
I mean,
They are side dishes.
that's right, and we have not made them. So, get off your high horse, lady.
Whoa. Get that lady a drink.
Get me, my lady. Now I'm
The
entertained.
salsa is terrible, by the way. I'll just hold on to it over here.
So there's a salsa that I want to figure out that's really equally, or it's good as well. It's different, but Pancho and Willie's, a restaurant here that's in the Western Village Steakhouse. They have this tomato. It's almost tomato sauce base, don't you think, Denise? And it's real good too. It's real depth of flavor is just really high. So,
I like a salsa verde. Do you know?
oh, with tomatillos.
Like a green salsa. It's really
Yeah,
good.
Amy likes salsa verde on her breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah. So I've never had success growing tomatillos. You guys have grown them in the past, right?
Don't get very big.
Well, no, tomatillos aren't big.
we had cherry tomatillos, and then they did themselves again the next year, volunteer, and then we moved our garden. So we haven't had them for several years.
Yeah. Is that a good amount or one more? That's 3.
Let's go.
Okay. And then what's the frequency on the old cilantro? Are we doing the whole thing, or are we just doing part?
I think it's usually a half.
Why do you
half
still have a
bunch.
glove on? Is your finger hurting?
Is my finger? Well, there's lime juice, and it's
Oh.
kind of seeping in and stinging.
It's the COVID.
No, I don't. I'm fully vaccinated, lady.
I could have gotten you a.
But also, if you
Think,
like,
no, I don't want that gross thing.
but you can add as much or as less, more or less depending on.
I
your
love
preference.
cilantro. Some people think it tastes like soap.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's a genetic marker that people have that if you it's a known fact that if it tastes like it tastes like soap.
Oh, that's
Um,
terrible. I feel so sad for those people.
I know. Andrew Ray from Binging with Babish, he always says that he makes stuff with cilantro, but he substitutes it. And he's totally makes it. He's like, this is totally not parsley. I'm totally using cilantro here because it doesn't taste like soap when I eat it. And he's being facetious, but sort of a rough chop, a nice chop. What do you think here, Sandor?
Fine chop, or I can do a fine chop, but you can kind of do in between a rough chop and a fine chop.
Okay.
So that'd be a medium chop.
Sure, that sounds good. I like that.
So a medium chop, perfect. I like that we're cooking by committee tonight more than usual. So, that's probably not the right move. But I didn't cut it, so cool. Yeah. What other things like did your parents or your grandparents make that you thought was like the best thing ever? Then you discovered there was I'm trying to think of my grandmother, my mom's mom. So they had a homestead in Alaska and 7 children, and so they had to improvise a lot. She always made biscuits, but then we found out that really she just used sometimes just use a mix and then didn't tell you Bisquick. So you're like, these are different. She's like, they're the same. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure they're not. Just eat them. What do you think, Sandra? The water's pretty absorbed here, but they're still pretty wet. Oh, he's coming to look, everybody. Ignore the man behind the hat.
Taste
Have
it to
your
see
down on
if
it?
it's,
Oh, give it a little tasty roux. Doug. It's all about the taste.
No, I got it, Denise. Don't worry. But I appreciate your. We'll make sure the tenderness of the rice. That's all we're looking for.
Don't burn your tongue. Oh, that's hot. That was too hot.
I think it's got a little tooth to it. So, but if we add, I think if we add stuff, it's gonna.
well, this guy.
It'll continue to cook, right?
Yeah, well, you could add a little more water to it.
It's not bad.
Like, not a lot of water. Or, I mean, it's up to you. I mean,
Does it still have liquid in the bottom?
Very little, but
Is it chewy?
it's got chew to it, but it's not like super soft. It's not like crunchy, but it's not
You
soft.
need to put a little more water in there.
Okay, let's go cup.
no, not a cup of water.
Okay,
No.
How's the flavor?
Just
it's very good. And I think it needs salt, but
then add some salt now with the water.
A little tiny bit of salt,
There we go.
not too much.
I'm gonna add as much salt as I want.
And then since it's almost done, that's when you can throw in your tomatoes and so on.
No.
Oh my god, that's
Always.
a lot of salt.
Not a lot. It's 2
Over
pinches.
salt.
Not even- it's
That
not-
is way more than 2 pinches.
No,
You're
it is
gonna
not.
make
Fistful
it
of
bad.
salt.
You're gonna
No,
make
it
it
is not.
bad.
Everybody, calm down. Nobody salts their food enough. It's gonna be fine. Okay? This is a gigantic, pot of rice. Everybody, calm down. Sorry. So now I need to can I throw this stuff in
Throw
there?
it in there.
All right. There's gonna be a liquid release from the tomatoes. The cilantro's got a little,
Mm.
I saw a meme one time.
a meme.
A meme about spices and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, white people conquered the world
I-
with spices, but yet they use none of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that too. I was like, that is so true.
Thank you, Denise.
Denise is on it. Is she on the payroll?
She's a production assistant.
She
She
is,
gets
yep.
all kinds of stuff going on here.
Has she tried this salsa?
Yes.
It's really bad.
You know what's great about this? I like the color. Now at the end here, it's got really good color.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's really great.
That is a good looking dish.
All right, do you cover this back up or just kind of let it go?
Yeah, you can cover it. I mean, you're almost at the end. I mean, you're just trying to get that tender
15
rust.
minutes.
Okay, make another cocktail.
Okay, let's clean up a little bit. So we probably gonna need another thing to add the beans to if we have to boil it down, correct?
Well, it's olive oil,
Oh, okay.
which is considered part of the refry.
Ah. That's true. We haven't refried the beans. We're just making beans at the moment.
Yeah.
I forgot what we're doing here. Does anybody else need a cocktail refill? Or you're still drinking Pacifico over there?
Well, you haven't made yours yet. So.
I know, that's what I'm making sure I take care of my guests before I take care of everybody else. Or myself, as it would be. Yeah, we're drinking. We don't have margarita glasses, which I'm not really sure if that's a thing.
I got rid of them because we never use them.
Well, now we're starting drinking margaritas. It's summertime.
I
They have a
know.
cooking show now.
I know.
I mean, I don't think it really affects the taste.
I don't think so.
I get Moscow mules sometimes, and they're like, "Hey,
Ta-da!
That's
That's pretty
the
awesome.
glass shows up for me. It's a beautiful thing having just mini hoonies running around the house. So,
you order a Moscow Mule at the bar, and they're like, "Well, we don't have any copper cups." And it's like, "I don't care."
Yeah, who
yeah,
cares?
just give it to me. We didn't make Moscow meals because I forgot to get something. Ginger beer.
Ginger beer.
You'd be surprised how hard that is to find.
Yeah, we have a liquor store that's nearby, and it's like that place is super stocked. And they were super friendly in there. So, all right. I mean, the host has to have a drink, so we're gonna have that, and we're gonna chat a little bit. What should we do next? I think that's what I want to hear next. Is I've got a whole crowd here, plus people online. We've done 52 of these, so that's do you have a favorite hors d'oeuvre we haven't done? Something like that.
Favorite hors d'oeuvre phrase.
Hors d'oeuvres. All right, I gotta get some ice out of here because I didn't push the ice maker back far enough. And when you got finished with the electronics, you gotta, run around probably like real
It'll be
slow.
all right.
No,
You could probably turn the rice off now.
you think so?
I
Okay.
would check it, and then you could probably let it just.
We'll just
sit.
I'm gonna turn it off. We'll let the radiant heat take care of the rest here. So. We said I did like 3 lines, and that was got maybe a cup and of like 2 ounces and some. So we went at this Brazilian steakhouse we went to. They basically had daiquiris, the same daiquiris we made last week. They called them something different, but it was basically just a standard daiquiri, and they were pretty good. They were heavy on the ice, I think.
They were, and then they would add puree. Like you could have mango puree or strawberry puree or something like that.
I believe that.
And I just said, I just want it just plain, and that confused.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I ordered a
why.
3rd one, but never got it, so that's probably a good thing. I did have to drive, so.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
Okay.
There's your Tom Cruise cocktail shaking channel.
Okay.
How come yours is so much bigger than the ones you made for us?
Bigger ice cubes.
Oh, okay. Sandra's got your back.
It's so good. It's really good.
What kind of side dishes do you think they have in Ethiopia?
Thanks. Fonya. We made that.
Yeah, we made fonio.
Okay.
It's an Ethiopian grain, and it was. I don't know if we cooked it long enough because we never made it, and we followed the instructions, but I think it had a little too much tooth to it. So.
I
How
remember
many
liking
countries
it
have you
though.
hit with your side dish.
It's a good idea. Maybe this year should be like international year.
We've done a lot. I mean, I want to look at more.
Gosh, that looks so good. You should taste that and see if it's as good as it looks.
Taste it. That looks so good.
It really does. It's colorful. It's oh my goodness. I gotta get a little bit of
Okay, zoom out so we can see him when he
a
tries
little
it.
onion right here. It smells really good. The rice is really good cooked. I'm gonna leave it as it is and keep the lid on it because there is a little juice to it, but not terrible.
Okay, do you need to move that to the back?
Like here?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Should I get a stock pot? So you know where to put the beans in?
Yeah, I mean, it'd make it easier. I don't think you want to cook in your Instant pot.
Okay.
Okay. Preparing for this part, we need some canola oil in here.
No, you'll wait until you get the beans in because you put a thin layer of canola on the top.
Okay.
So it's not really a measurement, it's just a visual.
Just the visual, Doug. Just the visual.
Perfect. I'm sure there's a recipe for this that you could follow online. But that's not how we operate here at Side Dish. We never have, we never will. It's 9 minutes, everybody. Let's do a quick cheers to everybody who's got a drink in their hand.
Shut.
Today we're doing a cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers again, friends. Cheers to Side Dish. Cheers to all of you out in the world. We love you very much.
Oh, come
You
on.
didn't get Neva's hug.
Shush that. Hey.
Cilantro's a little big in his.
You know what? I didn't hear you complaining until right now.
Just saying, maybe chop the cilantro just a little bit better.
No, thank you.
Go a little slower.
it.
It is my recipe, and if you don't like it, you can take a hike. All right. Well, let's give some updates. What have we been? Let's see. School's almost out for Amy.
While you do that, why don't you make another cocktail?
Okay. Who wants a cocktail? You want a cocktail?
No, Aaron needs one.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try and do two things at once here.
Oh,
What's happening?
Never
There's a small mini Hoonie back there trying to keep things on task. It's like chaos right now because there's nobody behind the camera. There's nobody at the computer. I'm getting ice. Oh, and there's Neva. There she is. I saw her.
there's the beans. 8 minutes left.
8 minutes left on the beans.
8 minutes to beans, everyone.
Now, I thought about starting the beans earlier. I thought that would be a good idea. But then part of me was like, you know, it's 8:08. Just stick around. You're stuck here with me now because you're going to want to see the end of it. But you've got something to do. Go off and do that. But rewatch the end of this. What else? What else have we been doing? Oh, so I'm learning to sew. I'm actually learning to quilt. Hey, thanks. That is a fun process. I'm not very good at it, but I'm getting better. Amy keeps giving me projects that are just straight lines, which is pretty good. I'm not very good at straight lines even.
How do we get better, Doug?
Practice.
There you
And I have been doing that. I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I'm getting better, don't you think? I'm getting faster. I feel more comfortable just like, I don't feel like I'm going to cut my finger off. So
If you can drive a car, you can sew.
that's exactly what I've learned. You know, I will tell you this. It's pretty cathartic.
Yeah.
Just to sit there, you can turn your brain off, turn your favorite show on, watch it. You can just like sort of like go.
I find it interesting that you've been watching me do this for
Long.
15 years at least. And
You have a story part.
I'm glad that I'm glad that you now know maybe part of the secret of why I like to do it.
Yeah, it's fun. I think you should try it. I've always wanted to learn to sew because, you know, it's like, if there's a thing you should know about me, the reason I started making bread is because I went and I was like, you know, people made bread like 15,000 years ago or whatever it was. And I'm like, I'm a modern man. I can make bread. It did not turn out well the first time. But, so, Neolithic man.
I'm a modern man. I can overcomplicate this.
Neolithic man 1, modern Doug 0. But it's like anything. I got better the more I did it. Whoa!
Hey,
Hey guys, Gus is in the house. He's literally in the house. He was outside, but now he's just like, being Gus. He really wants everybody to play with him, and if you're not playing with him, but he's a baby.
He's just a baby.
Baby
He's
Gus.
not
Just a little baby. He's
No, he's-
not tiny, but he's still a
He's kind of a
baby.
big fat head.
So, are you gonna do a pizza oven at this house, or what's the deal?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
It's nice that you asked. We found a form that we're going to use, and we're gonna brick it. So it'll be a different one than what we've done in the past, where we've done it with the fire clay and that.
Am I
kind of
gonna get barefoot and step in the?
No.
No.
What?
Wow.
I
It's
want
very sophisticated, huh?
Yeah, well, it's just a form we got, and then there's instructions on how to put it all together. And
Does it meet the specifications of the neighborhood?
The only real thing about the backyard is it can't. I mean, you shouldn't like smoke out your neighbors, obviously, but
this isn't.
Doug's gonna buy a smoker and build a pizza oven, so I guess he doesn't really care. Whoa, you're splashing.
Look,
It was on your door.
smokers are, people in this neighborhood already have smokers. So,
Okay.
I mean,
So are we doing this summer?
yes,
or-
we are making one this summer. Here's
This
a nice.
salsa is terrible. By
Yeah,
the way.
she says.
I've only
What
seen
else
it-
am I giving you?
He already
A
delivered it.
spoon? I already gave it to your mom. I'm sorry. Many hoonies are mad at me because I didn't give them a cup to give to the mom. Okay. 4 more minutes of this captain is everybody.
Maybe you could clean a little.
I'm going to. Okay. The worm. Let's talk about this. Is all going to the worms. The limes and lemon. The limes cannot, and the onions cannot because there's something in it that they don't like. So they'll go to the compost pile. I'm trying to be less wasteful of my produce, which in the past we've been real bad about. We'll buy produce or those big things of salad that you get in the plastic container. Well, it becomes like salad soup in there, and
Ooh.
so
Ugh.
make sure we don't do this.
Oh.
They make tomato paste in tubes. It's much better to get it in tubes because
You can freeze that though, like if you have an ice tray.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. You can do that. Put in an ice tray. Okay. So we take the bean.
You really have pretty few dishes right now. I'm proud of you.
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, what is happening with these beans when they come out of the thing?
Do we want to just like do what we've done this whole episode and just pull the plug on the beans now?
It's 2 minutes in. Woo! We did it.
Okay, I'm going to zoom in on this because here's a fun fact, folks. If that seam is hitting your counter or your cabinets, that is not good for your cabinet.
It's not.
So just make sure that you pull it out to the end of the counter. Or somebody's at the front door. Oh, Lord.
Chaos reigns. The dogs go crazy when somebody rings the doorbell. So who knows what's going on?
Probably.
I bet you it's Alex going, "Where's Judah?" Or it's Judah because he went over the fence. Is it 2 other children?
I don't know. We need to put all the dogs in. Going outside.
Well, look, this will be perfect because by the time the steam is released, they'll be done cooking.
Great.
So
Have you ever had any sort of injuries
from no,
Yeah.
I have a.
Like, okay, is that how you cook your artichokes?
No.
How do you cook your artichokes?
I don't think we've ever
Normally
cooked
steam
an
them, I think.
artichoke in this house.
Not in this house, but I mean, I have a big
We
for
steam
pressure.
them
I have a
in
pressure canner that is a
Bye.
huge, thick-walled aluminum pot that is built for canning and for like when I make chicken stock. So I have the chicken stock in there, but you have to get it above 215 degrees in order to pasteurize it. So a pressure canner has, you think this is scary? That thing is like looks like a bomb will go off if it explodes.
I
It
just want
will
to know how
definitely.
many accidents have actually happened from the pressure cooker, because I was always told as a small child, don't go near the pressure cooker when the artichokes are cooking.
Well, they're
And
Well,
I've
the
never had
big
any
one,
scares, and
the big one we have, like you screw down the lid. So, I mean, it's safe.
So pressure cookers in general, what happens is that there is, in this one, there's a little rod. And that rod, when the pressure builds up enough, it goes up. and then the pressure builds to the pressure that's in here. Now, I don't check what the pressure is in here because this does it automatically. It knows what it's supposed to cook. But in a pressure canner, you have, I might even have it nearby. Yeah. So you have a little thing on the top, and then you have a weight. And this weight is different sizes of holes in here that allow the steam to escape. So you have 5 pounds of pressure, 10 pounds of pressure, and 15 pounds of pressure. The 15 pounds of pressure, once it gets up to there, it's about a temperature swing. So the more pounds of pressure, the higher the temperature gets, because at 5 pounds of pressure, it lets off the steam faster. So that's what this does. So like this letting off steam, all I'm really waiting for it to do is let go of the rod enough pressure so that it drops. So then I can take it out of here and pour it into here, and then we can go through all of the steps. I mean, but Sandor is MIA, so who knows what's going to happen next?
Is your burner on?
Is it? I can be.
Yeah, you should probably warm up your pan.
He didn't say to do that. I'm just a guy. Yeah, this is going to take a minute. So imagine it. So normally what you would do in this is a lot of these pressure Instant Pot recipes, they call for it to let the pressure drop naturally. But that can take like 30 minutes for the pressure to drop all the way. So what I'm doing now is I'm just moving this. Again, hot steam. Do not put your hand in front of that, especially when it's shooting out of here. I can like feel this boiling underneath here as well because of the high temperature. It's half boiling. So when this gets to a point where the pressure will allow us to get in there, you can, if you really want, you can stand up and do this and get yourself a nice steam bath.
Why didn't you make Amy another cocktail?
Yeah. Are you having to hold that?
No, I mean, I don't have to, but I was trying to speed up the mix. Do you
Well,
need
keep
another
going.
coffee?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, see? Erin is a pusher of fun. And that's one of her best attributes. But it also can get you all in trouble. So, all right, so I've got the heat on here. I probably got it too high. I'm going to go down a little bit more.
That was exciting.
It was exciting. The doorbell rang. Dogs went crazy.
Dogs are running.
I just wanted to be like, and they lost a toy over it. I was like,
Yeah.
whatever. Mi casa es su casa. Come on.
They were worried about the doggies.
Oh, we did it,
That's
everybody.
a reasonable thing to be.
Yay!
Okay.
Stop.
So if you could see what I could see, you would be able to see this is still literally boiling or simmering. So let's get our pots and your gloves. It's so late in the evening that the lights that come on at sundown have come on. So now,
Let's see.
Erin,
Can we see?
since Sandor's not here,
Yes,
do you
Dad.
put all of this liquid in here with it, or you drain
Yes.
it off?
Yeah.
Okay,
no.
here we go.
Don't drain any of that flavor.
No, of course not.
It'll burn off.
Okay, perfect.
Oh no, that's good.
Yeah, that's good for gravy.
Oh no, that's good.
Yeah, because you're gonna add your oil.
Oh God!
Erin, show.
Sound effects.
Viola.
Sound effects happen. Does kill it all.
Check one of the beans to make sure they're soft and
Well, they look soft, all right, sir. But I understand what you're saying. Let's get my universal spoon here.
Okay.
It's hot.
Very good. All right, so what do we want to do here? Boil some of this liquid down. Ooh, do we need to put the canola oil?
put the
on top?
canola oil in.
Ooh.
Just a very thin layer over the top.
Okay.
The whole
Okay.
top.
What does that do? What is the purpose of that?
Well, they're just beans now. From what I've been told, when you put the oil to them, it refries the beans. It'll create a gravy.
Well, that seems like a lot of oil.
It's on the top. That was no. It's just the film on the top. Okay. So now what do we do?
We talk. You make another cocktail.
How long does this
How long does
process
this
part of this
happen?
take? So next time I ask Sandor for a recipe and I say, how long does something take? And he says 45 minutes. Add 45 minutes on either side. I'm thinking. No. So Okay.
Hopefully it'll take 10 to 15 minutes to get your gravy.
Are you going to?
So I'm gonna.
Are you gonna finish this, or are you just gonna talk about what will happen?
Yeah. Let's talk about what's gonna happen.
We can do part 2 next week.
No, we're not doing next week. Part 2 next week.
You're uninvited next week.
Yeah, you've been. This is your last episode.
Are you supposed to stir it?
Oh, you can stir it. That's fine.
Oh,
Well, you could
So,
do.
like, how is it different in the crock pot, Sandor, versus
So
hot?
basically, in a crock pot, when you cook it on the stove for 4 hours, you have that heat, that direct heat on it. So you have to make sure you watch it because the
It'll burn.
the water
Quick.
burns off quickly, and then
Every time.
and the beans burn. That's always the funny story with my dad. Like every time he cooked beans for the family, he always burned them. It was like a common occurrence. So
Because he's making 17 other things at the same time. And you have to
That
be,
doesn't
yeah.
sound like this show at all.
so then you do the crock pot. It takes longer. It'll take like anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. What happens is you see water and beans and the oil, and then all of a sudden you'll stir it, and it'll be like a thick brown gravy, and that's kind of when you know it's done.
Do you think that's because of the way the water, like the beans are breaking down enough and releasing juice, and then they sort of soften to a point where it's
no.
so they get to that consistency of the refried bean that you're normally seeing like either a restaurant or something like that, where it's the paste basically.
Well, that's usually the paste you're getting is not you like even here we'd have to do it where like you use your potato masher or you use to blend the beans up to kind of break them down. But the gravy when you're cooking them like this is like you were saying before, is those beans are breaking down, releasing I would assume some sort of protein, creating
Starch.
or the starch. Fine.
Starches.
Yeah, starches.
Mostly starch, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so that happens about the 15-20 minute mark from this point on.
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
so.
Well, we're not going to take our viewers 2 hours into this episode. So what we're going to do,
You got the rice sauce.
we made delicious rice. We'll show this again.
Yeah.
And this is going to be delicious because I've had these before and they are phenomenal. So you should definitely make these at home.
In the crock pot.
Crock pot is the best way to do it, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you,
You
But
don't have
be
to watch it as much.
mindful that when the water goes away, they will burn. So you need to make sure that your water is not throwing away with it, right?
would you be? I mean, is it worthwhile to edit this video? We can
No.
put in pictures of
I mean, I could
at the end of
Yeah.
completed
If we wanted
products.
to, we could do that.
Yeah.
Yes, I've never done that, but we could do that. I mean, I'm gonna try these beans one more time because they are so delicious, and I'm gonna give Amy some.
Rice, you mean?
And then when you're doing
They're even better.
and then when you are doing the beans, you would taste it and add more salt to taste. You'd
Yeah.
be surprised.
These are really great. You're gonna love this. All right, let's do the end.
Okay.
Let's finish this off. First of all, if you're still here, thank you. Second of all, as we go into this next year, we're gonna be experimentative. We're gonna try different things for different regions. We're gonna try things, to all the different stuff that's out there in the world. We want to reach out a little bit. Once again, if you have a recipe that you think is to die for, it's like a go-to for your family or whatever, remember to send it to us at sidedishcooking@gmail.com. And we did it. That's it. We did it. Another recipe. Thank you for Aaron and Sandor and Neela and Judah for coming. Denise, as always, my lovely wife Amy. And remember, be kind, be loyal, and do something nice for somebody this week. We love you very much. We'll see you next week.